Hey everyone! Wanted to pop on today and talk to you about spirituality and relationships. But first, I would like to ask you all a favor. If you haven't done so already, I would so appreciate it if you go to my fan page, Waking Up with Thomas and Marshall, and hit like. And please share it with your friends. My goal, what's being put on my heart, is to really impact people's lives on a global level. And I've just really started this process. It's definitely scary, but it's what Spirit's telling me to do, so I'm going to follow directions. So if you could do that, that would be amazing, and please share. The second thing that I'm going to request from you guys, if you're willing, is I want to hear from you guys. I want to know the topics that you want me to talk about and address. I want to know if you have ideas. I want to know if these videos are inspiring to you, or what I could do better to inspire you. What can I do to help you, to serve you? I want to know. So you can either leave a comment below, or you can go to thomasonmarshall.com, and I'll leave that below as well. And let me know. I want to hear from you guys. So relationships and spirituality. When I was 26 years old, I was pancaked. I felt like God came and squashed me to the ground. And I got to choose at that moment to stay squashed and check out, or to start the climb into who God intended me to be. And I decided I was willing to make the climb. It wasn't always fun. It wasn't always pretty. It's still not, there's no perfection in this. And I will say, though, it's the most awesome journey ever. And so, when I first started this, nobody wanted to be around me. I was awful. I was angry. I was depressed. I was, emotionally I emotionally was a wreck. I blamed everybody for everything. I was the victim. I blamed my past for how I was being. I was awful. And I got some advice from a really amazing guy who I'm not in contact with him anymore, but I still hold him near and dear in my heart. And he always just say, when you're pointing your finger at someone, there's always three pointing back at you. And you may have heard that. And so I got to that was the best tool in my early spirituality that I got to use. I still use it today. And what does that mean? What does that look like? So I'm going to give you an example. My ex-husband is one of my greatest tools in my tool belt, along with my kids. So if I'm pointing my finger, if he's pissing me off, if he is being bullheaded, if he is lying, if I'm calling him a liar, if he is frustrating me because he's not doing what I know best, and why won't you do this? My question is, where am I doing that in my life? Where am I being like that in my life? Because guys, if you're accusing somebody of doing something, say you're a girl, you're a woman, and you have friends, and they're gossiping about you. Well, where are you doing that in your life? It might not be with those people specifically, but you're doing it somewhere, and you're either outwardly doing it or you're inwardly doing it, but you're doing it. So don't fool yourself. My ex-husband's being a bullhead. Well, where am I doing that? It could be to a person, another person, or I could be just being bullheaded with my spirit. My spirit's telling me to do something, and I'm just like, well, no, that's not the right way, and I know it's best. And I'm being bullheaded because my spirit's like, I still have that problem, by the way. So it's a really valuable tool to use, you know, when you're feeling agitated, frustrated, angry at another person, use that person as a mirror. Use that person as a mirror and go and tend to your own garden. Go and tend to where you need to tend, you know, fix that in your life. And as you do that, you're going to see your perception change, right? Because we attract people into our life. What's going on in our subconscious and our conscious, that's what we're attracting into our life, right? And as you begin to heal, and as you begin to grow, and as you begin to pull those weeds out and plant new seeds, and you're becoming a new person, you're allowing spirit to start to grow in you. You're going to start attracting new people into your life. Now, here's the problem that I had. I had attracted the same type of person, depressed, angry, victim mentality, blah, blah, blah. Now, as I grew, these people didn't like it too much, right? So I would dumb myself down to get back at their level. So because I had a ferocious fear of abandonment and not being loved. And so I held on to relationships with my life because, oh my gosh, that was all I wanted. Healthy or unhealthy, didn't matter to me. So I would dumb myself down to these relationships, and I would do that a couple times, and then I finally got to the point where I was like, this does not sit right with me. And so I had to open my fists up and say, guess what? I'm moving. I got to keep going forward. And they get to choose. You know, they get to choose if they're going to grow or if they're just going to stay where they're at. And that's beautiful. That's the free will. It doesn't mean I think they're bad people. It doesn't mean I don't love them. It doesn't mean that, you know, I'll never speak to them again. It just means that I can't have that energy in my space anymore. It no longer fits. You know, it's like shoving a circle into a square peg. If you're growing, you're not going to be able to do that for very long. So, shine the light. Use your friends as mirrors. Use your husband as a mirror. Use your kids as mirrors. If you have the frustration, shine the light within yourself. Clean house. Plant new seeds. Grow. Transform. Allow the freedom for people to fall off and do their own thing. You know, you'll have friends that will be with you for a lifetime, I promise you. But most will not be. And that's okay. And as you allow friends to fall, new people will come into your life. You know, and then you'll grow some more, and then people will fall off, and then new people will come into your life. It's just this beautiful process. And you get to choose. You get to choose. So you're never a victim. So stop, if you are, playing the victim role. Stop pointing your finger and blaming others. Own your life. It is the most freeing thing in the world. So I hope this was helpful for somebody. All I want to do is inspire you guys to remember who you are, the greatness that is within you, and how powerful you are. I have some really great intensive webinars coming up, so please head to my website, www.thomasandmarshall.com, to check those out. They are going to be extremely powerful. I love you all. Namaste.